We've had about 17 appraisals with Icon so far.
Yes. Yeah, I have. Actually, thinking about it, listed 3 through you guys, actually.
If we were to sort of look at those numbers, so that's around the 20 to 25k in comps just for that one. Okay, and the other one was 11,000 for one of them. And what was the other listing?
That's the one that's just sold. Settling next week, I think it is. And through that client, I've got another one that's listed.
At the top of my head, around the 65,000 numbers.
Yeah,
that's only 6 to 8 months on board, and the investment you've made with us, Mark, is around the 13,500. So that's quite a nice return on investment at the moment. Would you say?
Yes, yeah, it's been very helpful. I'd sort of hate to think where it would have been if that wasn't the case, but no, very thankful for all the work that you guys have done over there.
So, Mr. Marc Griffin, how are you, my friend?
Excellent.
Good to hear. Always nice seeing your face. Hey, Mark, tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your role. What do you do?
I'm a residential sales agent in Townsville, up in North Queensland.
Yeah.
Just pushing along, doing our thing up here.
Beautiful. Good stuff. And, looking across the stats, we both know you're just going to crush it with the rest.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, thinking about it, listed 3 through you guys, actually. Since I started.
Yeah, beautiful. And how much did that bring you in commissions?
I'm not 100% sure. The first one was 44 Cope Street, Stewart.
Right.
That sold for 650.
Oh, beautiful.
And then I've just listed 2 through one client.
Oh, listed 2 through one client. Yeah, okay. And if we were to sort of look at those numbers, so that's around the 20 to 25k in comps just for that one. Okay, and the other one was 11,000 for one of them. And what was the other listing?
The 11,000. I can't remember what that one was, to be honest.
57 John Dory.
Oh yes, that's the one that's just sold. Settling next week, I think it is.
Beautiful.
Next week or the week after. And then through that client, I've got another one that's listed, not yet sold or under contract over on Magnetic Island. So
nice. And what's that property going to go for, Mark?
That one is listed for 650.
Oh, yeah.
And I expect it to go somewhere close to that.
Nice. So what's that? Listing's one thing, but a sold's the next.
It is, yes.
Yeah, that's when your part comes on, Mark, and you work your magic, get that sold. So that's about, at the top of my head, around the 65,000 numbers.
Yes, close to, yeah.
Beautiful. That's what I like to hear. That's only 6 to 8 months on board, and the investment you've made with us, Mark, is around the 13,500. So that's quite a nice return on investment at the moment. Would you say?
Yes, yeah, it's been very helpful. I'd sort of hate to think where it would have been if that wasn't the case, but no, very thankful for all the work that you guys have done over there.
Love to hear it, Mark. If you were to say we're better than anyone at something we do, what would that be? Would it be communication? Would it be getting you in the door of stuff? What has been done for you that just has stood out for you, Mark?
I think, yeah, communication with you guys is really good. With Icon, you've got the Slack channel where if you are busy, you can shoot a message across, that sort of thing. You give me a call all the time, just even if it's just to check up, or it's just, hey, we've just had this lead come in. Do you want us to book it now or wait a month or so until they are ready? So you just communicate it instead of just going ahead doing it and then it sort of not working the way we need it to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, the communication would be the thing I'd say that you guys really excel on.
Yeah, beautiful. And I love to hear that, Mark, because that's one thing that stood out to me about Icon when coming to work with Icon. It stood out to me that the structure we have here isn't just basing, like a lot of companies do, being completely transparent. A lot of companies, lead generation companies or anything, they just want to take your money, get you the work, and end off there. We genuinely care about our clients. We love, building relationships, being very communicative. We come to work and we're so happy because, it's not like a normal sort of job we have here at Icon. We take care of our all of our clients one by one, every single one of them, and we treat them as like our friends. But of course, we get when it comes to the business side of things, we get that sorted absolutely. So that's really great to hear that, Mark. Really, really, really great to hear that. And if I were to ask Mark, why do you believe our system delivers results which others don't? Have you tried any other companies in the past, or we're the first?
I haven't tried them myself. I've got a few people within my office and people that I sort of deal with who are agents who have companies they work for, and they seem to just hand over a phone number. Here's a phone number. Go and sort it out. And you don't know what you're sort of walking into. Where with Icon, you guys will give them a call,
Yeah.
find out their situation. So you're not walking in blind. You know what their needs are, what they're actually looking for, whether it's just a report so they know where they're sitting, or you need to give them advice on renovation. You guys find all that out for us, so we're walking in there knowing as much as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. And is that due to our highly trained team? Appointment setting, we know what we're doing when it comes to appointment setting. We siphon out all the details.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, your team's brilliant. He's asked those questions that in the heat of the moment we may not necessarily think of.
Yeah.
So, as I said, you're walking in with as much information as you can, and you're not asking silly questions that may have been answered already, that sort of thing. So, you know what you're walking into.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I hear what you're saying. And, one thing we love to train and we pride ourselves on with Icon is with our appointment setters, with our client success managers, we actually lay up you the appraisal because we siphon out what their next home looks like, exactly what they want for their next home. So then all you need to do is go to the appraisal with some examples, with some options of their next property. And, if all goes well, they seem to list on the spot straight away.
Makes a big difference.
It does. Yeah, I hear. Yeah, appreciate that, Mark. And in future, Mark, if you were to say something to a referral who you want to come on board to Icon, what would your sort of words be to them? Have we as exceeded your expectations here at Icon?
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't been sort of out as a sole agent for very long, so I was a little dubious at first, but you guys nurtured me from the start with sort of your online classes. You pointed me in the right directions of things that I was potentially on my way to do wrong. So put me in the right space, knowing where I'm going, what I'm doing wrong or right. I would basically say to anyone that you guys take that extra step that other companies don't, whether it's the AI messaging or your actual appointment setters. You guys go the extra step that other people just won't.
Beautiful. Yeah, that means a lot to me, Mark. That means a lot to us here at Icon. Hearing that from you, that's really great. The number one question, the biggest, is, are you happy all round with everything we've been doing, Mark? Can you genuinely scream from the top of your lungs you're happy with how we've been performing, how the relationship's gone between us?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. As I said, the appointments I've gotten already, everything I've got in my pipeline, I would not have that without all you guys, the appointment setters, everyone. I wouldn't have that, and I would be sort of struggle street, being only sort of sole agent for 2 years now. So the first couple of years are always the hardest, and I would be struggling a lot more if it wasn't for you guys.
We're always here to help, Mark. That's really nice to hear. We're always here to help, not just in business. We're here to direct each other through life, and we're very communicative with each other. Like, I can genuinely say from the bottom of my heart, it's an absolute pleasure working with you, Mr. Marc Griffin. And for years to come, I'm sure we're going to help each other grow financially and successfully and in business. So it's been a pleasure, Mark, and let's just keep the momentum running. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it too. Looking forward to the future and what comes ahead.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
Thanks, mate.